Hi, this is Michael Smith from the Political Science Department here at ESU. Billy Garner asked me to make a little video today to talk about why it's so important to vote, and I've been thinking about that ever since. And I've come up with 3 reasons I want to share with you why it is so crucial that you get out and vote this Tuesday, or vote early if you can do that in your home county. Now, first of all, let's not kid ourselves. The presidential election is not going to be decided by just one vote. And I'm not going to tell you that it is. And I'm not going to tell you that that's why you should go out and vote. I know you're too smart for that. Millions of people will vote in the presidential election. And all of those votes matter, including yours. Instead, I'm going to focus on 3 key reasons why I think it's so important for you to get out there and vote this Tuesday. Or early if you can. The first reason is because if you vote, you'll live a better life. Now, I know that sounds kind of out there, but it's the truth. People who vote are more active in their communities. College students who vote are more active on campus. People back home who vote are more active in the communities where they live. And people who are more active in the communities live fuller, richer lives. They have more friends, they have more opportunities, and they have a feeling of empowerment. They know they have the power to make a difference. Voting in and of itself is only a start, but it's that first step toward getting involved and knowing that when you have a concern about something that government does, you have a voice, and you can learn how the system works, and you can make a difference. Voting is only the beginning, but it's the best place to start, and you can do it this Tuesday or before. So vote, and then get more active in the community and learn about who and what you're voting for. And before you know it, you'll have more friends, you'll be more involved, you'll have more of a sense that you have the power to make a difference, and you'll live a fuller, richer, better life. I know that's a big promise, but all of the research shows that it's true. So vote. Want some more reasons? Well, how about this one? Stop and think for just a moment about all the sacrifices that have been made so that we could have the right to vote, and how easy it is and what an honor it is to dignify that sacrifice by going out and voting. You know, when this country was first founded, it was only white males that owned property that could vote in many states. And over time, we've expanded that. We expanded it to include women. We expanded it to include African Americans. We expanded it to include 18-year-olds. And today, nearly everyone, nearly every adult in this country who's a citizen has the right to vote. But that didn't come easy. People died. They died on the battlefields of the Civil War. They died in the Civil Rights Movement when they were cut down by those who didn't want people to vote. And the suffragettes risked everything to fight for women's rights to vote. The best way to honor what they did is to do what they got us the right to do, to go out there and vote. So vote. But there's a third reason I wanted to mention too. And that is that for all the progress we've made fighting for and winning the right to vote, now the trend is toward taking that right away by putting roadblocks in the way of people that want to get out and vote. There are folks that want to require you to show a photo ID to vote, which discourages some people from voting because they don't want those folks to vote. There are folks that want you to have to show a birth certificate to register to vote because that'll push the voter turnout rates down too and make it so that only the right sort of people vote. I say that sarcastically, of course. There are people that are cracking down on voter registration drives as if it's some sort of a crime to get out there and register folks to vote. There are people taking away early voting. There are all kinds of things going on now that have turned the tide from a time when we expanded and expanded and expanded the right to vote to a time when there are actually people that want fewer people to vote. They want to push that voter turnout rate down, and sometimes you hear about college students being targets. Let's make college students vote back home instead of in the college town, which we don't have yet. You can vote in Emporia if you're registered to vote in Lyon County. But there are folks that want to take the right away by throwing up roadblocks. So what I say is don't let them. Too much has been sacrificed, too much blood been spilled to get you the right to vote in the first place. And the best way to show that you will not let that right be taken away is to go out and use it. It's use it or lose it. People died so that we have the right to vote, and now there are folks that want only the right sort of people to go out and vote, and you might not be one of those sorts of people. So the best way to push back and say, this will not stand, is to get out there and vote. If you have to take a photo ID, which you do in Kansas, well, take a photo ID with you. Get one if you need to. Do whatever it takes. Make a statement, take a stand. If I vote, I'm going to live a fuller, richer, better life, active in my community. Voting's just the first step, but it is the first step toward activism in the community. And I'm going to have the power. I'm going to honor the sacrifice of people that sacrifice so much. Civil War soldiers, suffragettes, civil rights workers, and others, so that I can have the right to vote. And finally, I'm going to push back against those that would like to narrow the right to vote and throw up roadblocks and saying, you can throw whatever you want to at me, but you will not take away my right to vote. I'm going to get out there and vote. Many counties in Kansas, including Lyon County, where Emporia is, have early voting. You can vote right now if you don't want to wait in the lines in Election Day. Or you can vote on Election Day. But for heaven's sake, get out there and vote. I will see you at the polls.